Hey everybody, this is John Ezzo. I just want to wish Danny and Claire a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. Thanks for all your support and many more years of Rock On Radio. God bless.
Hello and welcome to another Rock on Radio. I am your host, Danny Coleman. I wasn't really expecting to do a program this week, but once you hear it, you'll see why I did. So I gave producer Claire and Madison the week off and told them, we won't do a show. But here we are. So welcome to Rock on Radio, which is sponsored by O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey. They are the official caterers of Rock On Radio. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing. They are in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Jenny Schaefer has been providing quality art supplies and framework for more than 40 years. From her Route 611, otherwise known as Southeastern Road location in Doylestown, PA. New Jersey Stage. Go to newjerseystage.com, where you may be listening to this program as we speak on the Penguin Rocks. For the finest in all arts and entertainment in the Garden State and beyond, go to newjerseystage.com. Sinister Footwear. SinisterFW.com. Go there and purchase any of the wild, crazy socks that Tina sells. And use the promo code DCR Socks at checkout and you'll get 10% off. That's SinisterFW.com. The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation. Go to jsjbf.org. You can actually purchase tickets for next Sunday's annual Christmas party, where they will be giving away the guitar that they raffle off every year, as well as providing a great band for the night. There's dinner, there's dancing. It is at McClune Supper Club once again this year in Asbury Park. So go to jsjbf.org and find out more. Lillipies of Princeton, the official dessert provider of Rock On Radio. They are located inside the Princeton Shopping Center at 301 North Harrison Street in Princeton, New Jersey. I went there the other day before Thanksgiving and I got sourdough bread, and Jen gave me a whole bunch of coupons for free donut and free coffee or tea that'll be given away at this coming Thursday's happy hour, December 4th at the Nottingham Tavern, located at 9 Mercer Street in Hamilton Square, New Jersey. So check that out. Lillipies of Princeton and the annual year-end happy hour featuring the music of radio fiction, sponsored by Lillipies of Princeton, Tyndall Road Brewery. I have gift cards for Tyndall Road Brewery, they are located in Bordentown City at 102 Farnsworth Avenue in Bordentown, New Jersey. Go in there and ask for Danny's Pick, and they will give you a beer called My Ex's Soul, which is a habanero coffee stout, and it is delicious with a kick. Dee Dee's Lights. Dee Dee is the official chandler of Rock On Radio. All of her candles are in our prize packs and ready to go. We have the sandalwood scent, and can't remember what it begins with an L, but it's more of a manly scent. So one is in a normal candle container. The other's in a container that looks like a paint can. Dee Dee does a fantastic job. She is also providing me with a prize to give away at the December 4th happy hour. Dee Dee's Lights. Go to deedeslights.com and check out her fantastic candles, along with one of tonight's, and you'll hear tonight how they became a sponsor, Sensorium Emporium, located at 28 Monmouth Street in Red Bank, New Jersey. They have all sorts of stuff for your senses. soaps, and they also carry Dee Dee's lights. So make sure you check them out. AsburyParkVibes.com. Go to AsburyParkVibes.com. Doug and Diane have a fantastic podcast, as well as a staff of 15 photographers to photograph your band, whether live or in studio. If you're a realtor, you need headshots. They also do website bios and press releases, and they have been kind enough to allow us to set up shop for the 17th annual Rock On Radio Christmas Spectacular. I'm looking forward to that. That will air on December 21st and December 28th, Part 1, Part 2. AsburyParkVibes.com. And many thanks, as always, to the two-track studios of Deko Entertainment. I was thrilled beyond belief to MC a fantastic show last week with Albert Bouchard, the incredible Joe Cerisano, and Sandy and Chris Hall at Carrie's Music Room inside the New Hope Inn and Suites in New Hope, Pennsylvania. What a great night. The was just about sold out. Deko did a fantastic job. So go to DecoEntertainment.com, where you could also listen to this program and check out their fine roster of artists. And I believe that's it. If I have forgotten anybody, I apologize. But again, producer Claire is not here to keep me in line. Producer Claire and Madison, once again, have the night off. So what I've done this week is I put together, this first interview is with the Sensorium Emporium. I also put it out as a podcast, which you can check out by going to Rock On Podcast. But I did this interview because they have a songwriter series on December 4th at Sensorium Emporium in Red Bank on Monmouth Street, 28 Monmouth Street. And I spoke with Beth and Chris Allen, the owners, as well as CJ 2.0, who not only will perform, but is the host MC of this songwriting event. And before I get to that, though, you can find out more about us here by going to DCROR.com, which is the quick link for Danny Coleman's RockOnRadio.com, Facebook.com/Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, that's the number 2, Instagram at Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters. Here is, and this songwriter series features Redbird, Ryan Gregg, CJ 2.0, and Cranston Dean. So here's my interview with Beth and Chris Allen and CJ 2.0 of Sensorium Emporium about the December 4th Songwriter Series. And then also in this show, I have an interview with Neel of the band called Quadrature. The man uses a sitar and rocks it up. And then we'll be back. I have, there's multiple guests of sorts here today. We have a concentration today, though, on a songwriter circle at the Sensorium Emporium on December 4th. And with me, I have Beth Allen, and it was Chris Allen, correct?
That's right.
All right. And the host, MC, and participant, Mr. CJ Frank. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you, Danny.
Fantastic. All right. So, first off, let's just tell me a little bit about the Sensorium Emporium, where it's located, and how this all came about.
Sure. So Sensorium Emporium is a store and event venue for the five senses, and it is located in Red Bank on Monmouth Street, not far from the Dublin House.
Beautiful. I like the Dublin House. Did they still not let you go on the third floor up there because of the hauntings, or no?
I have seen people up on the third floor of the Dublin House, but I do believe in ghosts.
Aha, so there you go.
Who knows what that could be?
Excellent. Okay, so it is an entertainment venue, you say, for the five senses. Go ahead.
And the store. So during the day, it is a store that features essential oils and soaps and other things that you can smell, taste, hear, feel, touch, and then in the evening, on the weekends in particular, we host live music, stand-up comedy, and those types of events.
Oh, that is fantastic. Now, you and Chris are the owners of the venue?
That's correct.
Okay. Are you from the area and took the chance on opening your own business with the entrepreneurial spirit? Or did you migrate to the Red Bank area?
Well, a little bit of both. So we live in Highlands, and we're known in Highlands and somewhat throughout Monmouth County as the soap bus people. So we, for 10 years, have had a blue school bus that we drive around to different places, and we sell soap and essential oils. So that's how we got our start 10 years ago, but we've only been in Red Bank for a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So the store is thriving, I am going to assume, and that's great. And I know that's true. My friend used to own Monmouth Music right there next to the Dublin House. So.
Oh yeah. Was that this address?
It's next door. It's the Indian restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Directly next door.
Yep.
It's a fantastic Indian restaurant called Agra Masala now.
Oh, we'll have to check that out. I've had Indian food before. Most of it I thought was okay, and a couple of things I thought was fantastic, and then there was some stuff maybe not so much. But I love trying different things. So you're trying this songwriters circle. This is going to be your second one?
That's right. But we have had a lot of different live music, mostly solo acts or duets who have performed. My husband is a professional musician, and when we opened the store last year, we got the idea that it would be great to, welcome local artists, and especially with a focus on their original music, because a lot of the bars and restaurants sort of want cover songs more than originals. So we really tried to showcase the original music of these talented people.
That's odd that you say that, because it's always been the original artists that have salvaged rebirths or contributed heavily to rebirths of towns like Asbury Park, Red Bank, Long Branch, where these venues that didn't exist started having little coffee shops, started having music and things of that nature. And when I became involved in that area's music scene, which would have been 2005, I want to say, 2005, 2006, it was the original bands, the acoustic artists, the solos and duos that you could find anywhere and everywhere. And then it kind of switched to full band. And now it's, since COVID, I think, we lost a lot of venues. So the venues that have succeeded want mostly cover material, especially in the summertime. So it's good to see that somebody's putting the emphasis on original acts again. And I think it's fantastic. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'm completely surrounded by musicians all the time. My husband is in a band called the Moroccan Sheep Herders that has, 13 or 14 members, and we're all friends. And then, of course, it goes on from there. So once you know one or two musicians, then it's like multiplies exponentially. So we're quite plugged in, and we're so happy to be able to showcase the original music from these guys.
That's great. Is Chris there? Is he still there?
Yeah, he's manning the store, actually.
Okay,
so
because
we are operating the store, but he'll be back in a minute when he's done with the customer.
Well, back when their original percussionist became ill, I filled in for him and with the Sheep Herders for multiple gigs back in the day.
Oh, here's Chris. Here.
How you doing?
Chris, how are you?
I'm good.
Fantastic. I just told Beth that when your original percussionist became ill in the Sheep Herders, I filled in for him for multiple gigs.
Oh, you play percussion? I do too, actually.
With you guys. So that's kind of funny. That's see how music makes the world so small? It really is a phenomenal thing.
Yeah, it's a small world. You have to be very careful as a musician because in this area, it's wonderful to see it because I'm from the UK originally, And the wonderful thing to see is, so many musicians in such a small area. I make the joke that you in this area, you swing your cat and you'll hit a musician.
That's true. In the area you're in, you can't swing a cat without hitting one. So you're right. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, because I know Steve and I know Laura and Mr.
They have both performed here.
Oh, that's great.
Steve and Laura.
I haven't seen Alan Manzo in quite a while, but
he loves our soap. He's a number one fan of our ocean soap in particular.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how have these songwriters circled? You've had one, and it's going to be a first Thursday of every month. What time do they begin?
7:00 in the evening.
Okay, so it's nice and early. And what do they run for, about 2 hours?
Yeah, I think the last one was over at around 9:00.
Okay, that's beautiful. How did you put it together, and how did we get CJ involved?
I think I'm going to ask Chris to answer that.
Okay.
Well, CJ performed here, and I really like CJ's stuff, and he's a great performer, and he has great stage presence. So, Dee Dee from Dee Dee Pie, made these suggestions. She said that during the Light of Day series of concerts that they have these, and she suggested to me. And I said, I've never seen anything like this before. I've been to folk clubs in the UK, but this would be the first time I see anything like this. And I thought, well, she encouraged me to do it. And then, to me, CJ was like the person to do this with. And, of course, when you did the first one, it was just fantastic.
Oh, that's great. Now, you said Dee Dee. I absolutely adore Dee Dee. Her and I are very good friends. I didn't realize she had her hands on this situation.
Oh, yeah. It was inspired by Dee Dee, absolutely.
Dee Dee makes all the candles for my brand. All of my Rock On and Rock On Radio candles.
Actually, she does our brand of candles too, and she does a special line for us here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so how did you put the circle together? I mean, after you made that decision, and you got CJ, and as you said, there's no shortage of performers. So, what is the format, and how does it work?
Okay, I'm going to leave CJ to that's CJ's department. Talk to on that one. Hey, Danny.
How are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
All right, CJ Frank with us now here. So, what is the formula? Is it a Nashville style round, or does each performer get X number of minutes? Take us through a songwriter circle at the Sensorium Emporium.
Yeah, so it starts out with an introduction to, basically the songwriting process and, kind of what we go through as songwriters. And, I introduce myself and I play a song. And, before I play the song, I give a little bit of a background on it. And then, we have 3 to 4 other artists, and each artist, we introduce each artist and give a short of a bio. I mean, it's hard, right? Because a lot of artists have such a lengthy background. So, we try to taper it down a little bit and introduce the artist and give a bio, and then allow them the platform to play 3 songs and, introduce each song and talk a little bit about themselves and, talk about, where their songs, manifested from. And, and I like to ask each of the artists a couple of questions about what they have coming up, what they're working on. Like last week we had an artist last month. I'm sorry, actually the beginning of this month, it was our first one. We had an artist that was having a record release the next day, so things like that. And, try to gather the community together. And, it's important as songwriters that we all, support each other and cheer each other on, because, it's a tough process and there's not a lot of money to be made at it. And some people do this for a living and some people do it, just for passion and on the side. But to get together as songwriters, and it's kind of like you feel like you're with family, even if you've never met each other.
Well, that's a very cool community that you have there. And I don't mean cool in a hipster kind of way. I mean cool because they're very relaxed. They're very chill, at least from my involvement with a lot of these people, and they're very into supporting each other, which you don't find in a lot of communities. But that area of the Jersey Shore, Red Bank, as I said earlier, Asbury Park, Long Branch, Point Pleasant, Keyport, a lot of those people all interact. They all do the same gigs. They all share. I love when they get together. The Twisted Tree Coffee House in Asbury Park on Cookman Avenue used to do a thing called Twisted Covers, where they would pick all these original artists and they had to do the music of another original artist that was part of the bill. So,
I love that.
So our friend Michael Brett would do a George Worth song, and George Worth would do a Joe Weimer song, and it was really cool. It was a different take on original music, and it kept things flowing. So again,
you just gave us some ideas.
There you go.
It reminds, and it's crazy, that this is going on, because Red Bank has nothing like this. You had the Porch Fest, which was awesome, and that's something that's kind of taken off, I think, with Red Bank and their Porch Fest, and all the, Asbury Park has theirs, Belmar, all the towns are starting to have these Porch Fests, which does kind of, generate a little bit of a community for the songwriters, and also Cafe Artiste in Ocean Grove. They also do something for the songwriters. They showcase, a couple of every Wednesday or something. But yeah, it's hard to find unless you're looking hard for it.
Yeah, Janet at Cafe Artiste, she's a very good friend of mine, and what she tried to do there's a great backstory which I won't go into now, but that building, the old Neptune High School, her father bought from the state for $1, and it was falling down. The roof had caved in, and they raised so much money to put it back together. And Janet, who lives in New York City, comes down here because her family used to vacation in Ocean Grove. So she made it her mission. If you've ever gone to a Cafe Artiste show, I think it's a $5.
I've played 2 of them.
Okay, so it's a $5 cover charge, and everything was designed to so that you have to pay attention to the artist. There's no silverware, there's no plates. Everything is paper plates or plasticware, so that you're not making noise, or there's no talking. The tables all face the stage. So that's a fantastic thing, and we need more of those, and we need more Sensorium Emporiums as well. You are one of the artists that is going to perform. Now, you're going to be the MC and the host for this event going forward, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if people...
As long as Beth and Chris will have me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when people come there every month, CJ Frank is going to be the one constant. And that's great because people love familiarity,
Yeah. And one thing I forgot to mention, because I did the first one that we had this month, and I found myself, I like to be prepared no matter what I do in life. So I actually sat down and listened to all the artists' songs that they had on Spotify or SoundCloud or wherever their music was, so that you can be familiar before you introduce them, and kind of, look at their social media and know what they've been doing with it. And, as it is, I already follow a lot of these people and know what's going on, but, it's good to really sit down and listen to their music, and, and then to be able to experience it live. It just kind of adds to it.
Now, do you open the show with one of your songs or a short set of your music?
Yeah, unless we change the format down the road. As of now, yeah, that's how that's working.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to play one of your tunes right now, and we will get. It's called Soul Traveler. You want to preface that in any way? Otherwise, we'll just let it rip so that people can get a taste of what they'll experience on December 4th at the Sensorium Emporium.
Yeah, let her rip.
She's a true soul traveler. She's a true soul traveler. I'm feeling drawn to her nature, like the rising sun of ruby red. My life don't fit to no scripture. She accepts me for what I am. I'm the worn out heart bruised by too many falls. Everything in the garden is dead. And I know by the love, the peace in her eyes, happiness lies within. She's a true soul traveler. She's a true soul traveler. The sun igniting electric light in the garden, turn back into gold. The garden turned back into gold. Cherry lip almond dresses in summer, let the complexion of a calm breathe you in. I'm shaping diamonds while under pressure. Now the pressure's getting to me again. So from the start, gave it all of my heart. Now another day has come to an end. And I know by the love and the peace in her eyes, the sun will rise again. She's a true soul traveler. 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 The sun igniting electric light in the garden, turn back into gold. You and I were two souls just passing on by. Don't let the darkness of this world steal your life. She's so true. 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 She's so true.
Okay, Soul Traveler from CJ Frank here on this Rock On podcast. Fantastic, CJ. Now, who else will be performing on this bill?
Danny, so just so the audience isn't confused, I go by CJ 2.0 on stage. So that Soul Traveler was CJ 2.0.
Okay. You got a pseudonym.
There you go. Yeah.
You got a pen name.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
If they search up CJ Frank, they're never going to find it.
Oh, all right.
They'll
CJ.
never find me either.
So is this like are you CJ 2.0 because it's a rebirth of sorts? I see that you call yourself, you're in survival mode, huh?
Yep, that's exactly, 2021 I went through some major life changes, and when I decided to start this project, I kind of looked at it as a whole new life. So 2.0 is the second coming.
Okay. Well, and I see that now you do have a CD out, correct?
I have 11 singles out. Okay. I never put a full length out.
All right. But you did them with my friend Jack Daly and
yes.
Aaron Combs. Did you do it at Dug Deep?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yep, beautiful studio.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff over there. And they're good people to work with. Very very humble, very, very artist friendly. So that's a fantastic thing. Okay, so tell me a little bit about who else you have on this bill.
So we're going to have Ryan Gregg. We're going to have Redbird. And we are also going to have Cranston Dean.
I am very familiar with Redbird and Cranston, but I'm not so much familiar with Ryan Gregg.
So I'll take over. So Ryan Gregg is a friend of mine. I love this guy. And he is a musical powerhouse. He plays keyboards and he sings. And he is, what is the French word? A tour de force. He just completely takes over sonically, personality-wise. And I've mostly heard him do covers, so I'll be really interested to see what he brings to this songwriter circle. He plays out. I've seen him all over, Jamian's. He sits in with the Sheep Herders from time to time. He has a regular thing in Asbury. Oh, I can't remember the name.
New Orleans, Asbury Stompers, is it?
Oh, yeah, he plays with the Ocean Avenue Stompers, which is like a brass band. So he joins in with them sometimes on keys. But Danny, you need to come and see this show because you're going to be impressed.
Well, I'm very familiar with some of the artists that he's performed with: Dana Fuchs, J.T. Bowen, Oteil Burbridge, of course, from the Allman Brothers. Who else has he been? Storm and Norman, the Stompers, Soul Project Nola. I'm somewhat familiar with them. Dez and the Swagmatics, Jet Weston, he plays down here by me a lot, down near the Trenton area. Matt O'Ree, Arlen, Phyllis, Billy Walton, all fantastically talented artists. So, okay, I understand why you're enthused by Ryan Gregg. Now, he's a keyboard player, so will there be just the instrument? Is there any kind of backline to this event, or are the artists just bringing their own instruments?
We provide a PA system and a tiny stage, and then the artist brings their instrument, their guitar, or their keyboard.
Oh, well,
I think last holiday time we had a band. It was not a songwriter circle, but it kind of like everybody added on. And so there were, at one point I looked in my store, which is a very intimate venue, right? We have seating for 30 people or so. And I counted like 4 or 5 saxophone players, and they were all lined up on the side of the store. And we have it's called the tiny stage, and it can fit 2 to 3 musicians. And then we have spillover on the floor if we need to.
That was going to be my next question. What is the capacity for the venue? Do you have to move some of the store out of the way like some of these record shops do, or?
Yeah, so the benefit of us getting our origin in selling from a school bus is that, well, we still have a school bus and we have a very flexible format in the store. So we're able to quickly dismantle the store, almost like a pop-up, like a farmer's market. And we can move down all the tables, all the merchandise onto the school bus in about an hour. And so with everything cleared out, we can fit at least 50 people.
That's great. Now, is there a cost to attend this event?
Yeah, there's a $15 cover charge, and you can go to sensoriumemporium.net to see it listed on our events page, or it's also on Eventbrite.
Okay, is there any social media involved where people can check this out, or?
Yeah, absolutely. On Sensorium Emporium USA on Facebook, we set up an event, and then Sensorium Emporium NJ on Instagram.
What is the process that you use? I guess, and again, I'm not particular on who wants to answer this, but what is the process you use to pick the artists that you feature?
I would say that we know dozens and dozens of artists, and so we have a meeting, my husband and I and CJ, and we listen to their music and talk about them, and then we determine who we think, and then we'll send out invites. Now, not everybody's always going to say yes, but we have kind of a rolling invitation list, and if anybody is interested in joining us, feel free to reach out, and we'll add you to the list.
Somebody told me once, about a year or so after I began Rock on Radio, this particular gentleman was looking forward to doing a different radio show. He was a co-host of mine, and his response, he told somebody one time that he figured out one day I would eventually run out of guests. That was almost 17 years ago. I haven't run out yet, so I'm thinking that there is no shortage of people who want to be heard, so that's a great thing.
Yeah, we have a very deep bench, and I feel like we're really barely scratching the surface. We've gotten so many requests from people who are extremely talented, have a great catalog of original music and social media followers and everything, so there's no shortage, but we're looking for somebody who sort of vibes with us, and is able to tell their story and operate comfortably within the parameters of the songwriter circle.
That's fantastic. Now, one of the people you just mentioned and we just spoke of was Ryan Gregg, and he has this fantastic resume, and I have a song of his. It's called Broken. Unfortunately, Ryan's not with us at the moment to explain it, but we're going to play that, and then we're going to come right back. You okay with that, Beth?
That sounds great.
Shaky heads with loosened screws, held together with tape and glue, and they all tell each other it's going fine, and they all keep on falling back in line. Smile through teeth, all worn from wear, grinding through all they can bear, and they all tell each other it's going fine, and they all keep on falling back in line. But I lay awake at night, 'cause I'm tired of the fight. Wish that I could take a break from being broken. from being broken. Blinded by a sense of calm, singing out that same old song, and they all tell each other it's going fine. And they all keep on falling back in line. But I lay awake at night, 'cause I'm tired of the fight. Wish that I could take a break from being broken, from being broken.
All right, that was Ryan Gregg with Broken, one of the artists that you will hear at the Sensorium Emporium on December 4th, which is located, what's the address?
It's 28 Monmouth Street in Red Bank.
There you go, in Red Bank, New Jersey. They still allow you to park in the municipal lot across the street and down the block, or no?
You're allowed to park there if you're willing to pay.
Oh, they charge now. See, they never used to charge back in the day. No.
You must not have been here quite a while.
Well,
I got a lot of tickets.
Well, maybe you bought tickets.
Well,
I got a lot.
I used to. Are any of you familiar with Brian Eric?
No.
He was in the Paper Jets. Now he's in the Extensions. Years ago, probably about 8 years ago, I did a YouTube show called What's Next, and it. Or not What's Next, I'm sorry, that was the second YouTube show. It was called One More with Danny Coleman, and I used to do it out of Monmouth Music. And the lot right behind Monmouth Music, kind of by Jack's Records over there, you could park in for free. They didn't charge you. I was never sure about the one down the block, but I always parked there and never had an issue. But I guess now they're trying to get... Of course, you used to be able to park in Freehold for free too, but not anymore, so... well, they change with the times, I guess.
Well, parking is free in Red Bank on Sundays.
Okay.
And then they have like the holiday parking coming up soon too.
So, what are you guys doing for the holidays? Will there be any special sales or promotions or music events?
Oh, yeah, sure. So we are, I don't have the date yet, but I'm looking to work with a all-female saxophone quartet to do holiday music for like a Saturday shopping event. And then, yeah, we have lots of pre-packaged, pre-wrapped gifts like 2 bars of soap or loose tea and a tea infuser. And we have gift baskets. And we have, we have local honey. We have Seraphim, which is a non-alcoholic wine, which is absolutely delicious. Some people actually use it as a mixer with alcohol, which is kind of funny to me, but it tastes amazing with or without alcohol. So we have a lot of products in here, and we're getting set up to do custom gift baskets, gift boxes, and we also have a lot of things that are available for just $5 price point. Like $5 price point is the new $1, I guess. So it's easy to grab and go. So we have a lot of like stocking stuffer or teacher gifts and that type of thing.
And now you have music, December 4th, Sensorium Emporium. You know, doing it monthly, I think, is fantastic, because if you do it any more than that, people don't stay hungry. And I believe you know what I mean by that. If you do it bi-weekly even, you're going to kind of cannibalize your own product. So by doing it monthly, I think it keeps the interest fresh and people know, oh, it's first Thursday, let's go. And I think that's a great way to handle it. Have you found that to be, well, you haven't done a second one yet, but I think if that tends to be the case, you'll say, that radio guy knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, well, the radio guy does know what he's talking about because we have, I call them our house band. They come once a month, and that they're called the Daily Rituals, and they're Irish folk punk, and so they have a standing gig every once a month, and then we do stand-up comedy with Don't Tell Comedy, and that's every 2 months. So we are kind of locking into this once a month, once every 2 months kind of schedule to avoid that fatigue, so it still stays fresh and relevant.
Exactly, because I know I was in a 10-piece band one time that recreated a vintage radio broadcast on stage using the music from AM radio from 1959 to 1976. And we would only play about every 6 weeks to 2 months, and we never played to anything less than capacity crowd because people were hungry. It was a novelty, so that's fantastic. Good for you. Somebody who's not a novelty is also on this bill is Redbird. Danielle is, which is her real name is Danielle, but she goes by Redbird. She has a stage name too, CJ. See?
Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
And I love sitting down and talking with Danielle. She is also the president of Albert Hall Music, or of Albert Music Hall in Waretown. I first met her because she was doing some duo work with my good friend Dave Varga, and she has really taken off on her own. She's got that unique, raspy, gutsy voice that enables her to do everything from hardcore old-time blues music right up to some of today's covers and country, and her originals are great. Her band, her backup band, or the band that she used in the studio, the Successful Failures, they are top-notch. They do some work for me a few times a year, so she's really she's really building something nice, and she's also going to be on this show.
Yeah, we're excited. It seems like everywhere I look online, on social media, she's playing somewhere, around the area or outside the area. It's like she's doing shows left and right.
Well, she is a solo act, 99% of the time. So I know that she hits a lot of breweries and wineries and does a lot of things like this. So how did you happen upon her?
This is Chris again. To be quite honest, we were doing Porch Fest. I first met her during Porch Fest, and last year and this year. And obviously, once you see Redbird, you want to see her again. Seeing is believing, to be quite honest. And she's right out of the music history books. The classic voice, and unique at the same time.
Yeah, her voice is very unique. When you first hear her, you think, at times you might think to yourself, gosh, how many packs a day does she smoke? But but it just she just hits it, and she is a really good performer. She engages her audience, and she is a pleasure to behold. Now, is there any particular order that you're going to put these artists on, or is it a luck of the draw, or do you offer them how do you decide the order they're going to perform?
We haven't established that yet, exactly the order, but it's very difficult with these 3 or 4 musicians, as far as I'm concerned. So that's why I'm passing the buck.
We'll probably put that together like the week of, a couple of days before.
Because it's gonna. I see it's been a phenomenal show. When these 3 said yes to those dates, I was, oh wow, this is going to be the show.
Yeah, so I mean, you have, as I say, I know Cranston and I know Redbird, but CJ, I have never seen you perform before, and I've never seen. I probably have seen Ryan, but it just didn't click with me for some reason to recall the name. But again, with his resume, that's just fantastic.
Well, it sounds like you need to come out on the 4th.
You think so?
I think you do.
There you go. That's
Just don't
unfortunate.
forget to pay for the parking.
That's a Thursday evening, correct? Well, unfortunately, I have a first Thursday of every month commitment as well. I host a happy hour at the Nottingham Tavern in Hamilton Square every month from 7 to 9. So that kind of prevents me from happening out, but that doesn't prevent me from going to other shows.
Cool.
So next time you guys do something or you have something, please reach out to me. Anybody listening can reach out to me by going to dcror.com, which is my website, and send me an email or keep me abreast of what's going on, and I will gladly try to make it out and support the community.
Thank you.
All right, well, Redbird sent you a song called Hope, and she just finished her album. I guess within the last 6 months, I believe, she completed that, again with the Successful Failures as her studio band. So I'm going to play that track right now. Here's Redbird, who will be part of the Sensorium Emporium Songwriter Circle on December 4th at, what's it start at, 7 o'clock, you said, right, Beth?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. There you go. Here's Redbird with the song Hope.
Hey, callous and cold. It's the four-letter word that kills all hope. Suppressing no possibility. Stirring a mutiny. Fear, dangerous too. Another four-letter word that is used like any chance of unity. Leaving everyone's the enemy. Come too far just to have it all ripped away. In the blink of an eye, grace is tossed aside. Outrage. Lies, distorted reality. Building walls like an old morality. Smoking mirrors, uncertainty. Pulling further into obscurity. Come too far just to have it all ripped away. In the blink of an eye, grace is tossed aside. Outrage. Oh, it's not too late. Stuff that greed don't concede. Clear the slate. Overcome adversity with a promise of equality.
All right, there's Redbird with her song Hope. Here on the Rock On podcast, I have CJ 2.0, Beth and Chris Allen from Sensorium Emporium, where there will be a songwriter circle on December 4th, 7 p.m. start. $15 gets you in the door for fantastic entertainment. And again, that roster that evening includes Redbird, who you just heard, Ryan Gregg, CJ 2.0, and this gentleman, Mr. Cranston Dean. How did you find Cranston, or did you know Cranston, CJ?
Well, this is Chris again.
Well,
I've known Cranston for some time. We live in the same town, and when I started playing music again after many years absence, I used to go to the open mic with Cranston, and that's how I met Cranston, and I became a fan of his music. You know, I love one of his old songs called Sarajevo, and I just love his writing, I love his music and his vibe and his stage presence, and we've been friends, you know, musical friends for some time. And I asked him if he would join the songwriter circle, and he said yes, and I was over the moon. But he has played here a few times when we first opened up and started the tiny stage in the Sensorium Emporium.
Oh, that's great. I know Cranston likes to spend time. Well, he's in Jackson Pines too, isn't he? Doesn't he play drums for Jackson Pines, and then he does his whole song?
Yes, he does play drums.
Yes.
He's quite the musician. I mean, his extensive musicianship even extends to jazz. We played some jazz tunes together, so he's quite the musician.
And I also know he spends a lot of time up in Maine, or at least he tries to.
Yes, he has relatives in that area. He tells a good story, but I won't tell his story about up in Maine. But anybody wants to find out, I'm sure he'll tell that story. And he's a great storyteller.
You'll have to ask him about that. Ask him about his final resting place, too.
Yeah, you know about it.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. I being a musician, Chris, and you have CJ behind you as a musician, and you have the support of Beth with the store and yourself with the store and all that going forward. Tell me how important it is for you to support the community. Is there any kind of pushback from other businesses, or have they all been supportive? What's it? How important is it for you to keep this going?
It's really important. Part of my journey in music, and as you know, as musicians, it's a journey. It's not a destination, and the process is humbling for everybody, and it's the same journey. And the generosity that I've received from other musicians has been, out of this world. And I think one thing about musicians is their generosity in helping you perform, because we all know what the journey is. No one comes out playing the music because, like someone said once, that, talent is like 10%, the rest is work. And really and truly, coming from the UK and seeing how, America was the mecca for us over there, and so we would digest all the music and regurgitate it. I mean, Amy Winehouse is a typical version of sending the music back again that we enjoyed over there. So it's really important to me to see original music played, and looking at the history of the music in America, from Motown to Stax to Atlantic to the Bon Jovi sound, the Bruce Springsteen sound. I happen to think that this area has its sound. It does have a sound, and I'd love to see it evolve. But I'll pass you to Beth, because Beth wants to say something too.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo that we've had a tremendous amount of support from local businesses. So Red Bank is a town that can be quite busy on the weekend and quite dead during the week. And so, the business owners really try to hold each other up and make recommendations. Like our events are always BYOB, and conveniently the wine cellar is located right across the street. So I'll send people over to get a bottle of wine. And so it really is a community of store owners and business owners here in Red Bank. It's a pretty friendly community. So that's great. And then I also just have to tip my hat to a business that is no longer in operation, but it was the Water Witch Cafe in Highlands. That's where we are from, and that's where our business got its start, and where my husband Chris met Cranston Dean. So we have taken a bit of a page from their book, and we're hosting music in an unlikely and often quite small environment that does not serve alcohol. So that's a little bit different. And so we really loved the vibe that Valerie Browning brought to the Water Witch coffee shop. And we're looking to emulate that a bit here in spirit, at least. And we also do carry their coffee. So if anybody is missing the Water Witch coffee, you can stop by Sensorium Emporium and get some of those original roasts.
Great. That's what you need. And I really, far too often, I go places and I know people have stories, or the reason why they're where they are was because of someone else helping them. And far too often, people refuse to acknowledge that. So thank you for doing that. I think people need to know, if you're willing to help, that you deserve a little recognition. So that's fantastic. And I hope that people continue to recognize the Sensorium Emporium and what you're trying to do for the music community.
Thank you. Yeah, it's important to us. So even if we don't get the recognition, I think that we'll still find it fulfilling. But it's great. It's nice. Red Bank is a nice town. The people are nice.
Yeah, I've never had a bad experience in Red Bank, and that's whether it's the Basie or the Vogel or a small shop like you. Is that guitar shop still a couple doors down?
Oh yeah, Relic Music.
Relic, thank you. Yes, I've been to shows there before. I saw Shanna in a dress there, and oh gosh, who else did I see there? Dave Vargo. So that's great. You got the two of you right there next to each other. It's like an artsy community without being overly artsy, and I think it's got the right mix of restaurants and coffee shops and shops like your own to see that continue to grow as well. Again, December 4th, the Sensorium Emporium Songwriter Circle, CJ 2.0, is the host. I have Chris and Beth Allen, as well as CJ here. And again, websites, and how can people buy tickets at 7 o'clock show? Go ahead.
Yep, the best way is go to sensoriumemporium.net and go to our events page, and you can click the link, and that will send you over to Eventbrite to purchase tickets. You can also buy them at the door, but of course we only have a certain capacity, so I'm hoping that it gets sold out, but we'll see.
Okay, and again, the performers are CJ 2.0, Ryan Gregg, Redbird, and Cranston Dean.
That's right.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, any final thoughts before I wrap it up and play the last song of the night here from Cranston called Golden Cage?
No, I think that's great, Danny. Thanks for doing this for us, and what you do for the community, and anybody that can try to make it out here December 4th. It's definitely going to be a show that you don't want to miss. It's intimate, it's fun, it's a great vibe, and I would definitely, try to get your tickets before they sell out.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all so much for taking the time to talk with me here on the Rock On podcast. Once again, I am your host, Danny Coleman, and I wish you nothing but the best and support. And if I can ever help you in any way, any of you, please do not hesitate to ask.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
All right, we're going to go out on this Cranston Dean song called Golden Cage. Thank you for listening to the Rock On podcast. And until next time, rock on.
You
I'm looking for trouble. Trying to make a living while I'm living in a golden cage. In the factory towns in Northern California. And every kitchen from New York to LA. Folks that pass you by say they don't want you. Trying to make a living while I'm living in a golden cage. And I said I don't mind anybody who's here trying to do time. Well, you could build a fence, tell your buddy I could dig a tunnel. I could find my way in and out any given day. Most of my money goes home, I'm not looking for trouble. Trying to make a living while I'm living in a golden cage. You could take a trip, take a travel the whole world over. The bars are put in place by people all the same. Why is everybody going around with the chip on the shoulder? Try to make a living while I'm living in the golden cage. Working on the scaffold, digging down with a shovel. Working on the building and the tilling of a better day. Oh, I know you don't want no trouble. Try to make a living while I'm living in the golden cage. And I said I don't mind anybody who's here trying to do time. Well, you could build a fence, tell your buddy I can dig a tunnel. I could find my way in and out any given day. Most of my money goes home, I'm not looking for trouble. Trying to make a living while I'm living in the golden cage. Trying to make a living while I'm living in the golden cage.
Well, hello, Carol Lester calling us once again this month with more big news, right, my friend?
Yes, it's so good to talk to you, Danny. I hope everything is going well there.
Well, you are always welcome to call here to promote this event, and that will make it well. How's that for a response?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Sea Sky Songwriters is back for our second month here in the new season. Next, Saturday, December 6th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at Mutiny Beach, which is inside Convention Hall on the Asbury Park Boardwalk. It's a restaurant bar, and we're featuring Ms. G and the guys. She's a really popular shore area cover, fun time, summertime fun band. But she's a fantastic songwriter. And in her band are a couple other fantastic songwriters who we're featuring. Tanya Peterson, who also has been a Asbury public school music teacher for years and years, and heads up Asbury's Got Talent, which is a very popular show to showcase young people from Asbury Park. And then Space, who came out of her program and who is just a really fantastic songwriter. And Dan Harrison is also in that band, and he's got some new singles out. And then I'm going to play a few as well. I have a new album coming out called Live at Van Vorst Park with my band. So it should be a really good show, a nice mix of some, covers that might be a little reimagined, but then a lot of original music.
All right, great. Now, how did last month's go? I know last month was the first one for this year's series. So how did that go? How did that wind up going?
That went great. Joe Weimer was just, of course, unbelievable. You know, you don't become, a Grammy nominee for like no reason. You know, it's, and she's just won so many awards, and she just is wonderful. And she had some new music to share, and yeah, Pam McCoy was there, and she's always a bundle of talent and energy. So she did great, and it was a really good show.
Okay. Well, yeah, Joe, I think you're aware of this. I played drums for Joe Weimer for probably 4 or 5 years, and I literally witnessed her stopping traffic in Freehold with her voice. We were playing at the little gazebo there on Main Street, and people literally stopped in traffic to listen to her sing. That's great. And Pam McCoy, I simply adore Pam McCoy, so I haven't seen her in a while. So I'm glad that went well. So, and Miss G, you know how I feel about Miss G.
Yeah.
She is fabulous, and I do always thoroughly enjoy her company. And drinking with you two.
I actually wrote a song called This Place Must Be What Heaven Looks Like. It was at your party to celebrate your decades in the biz.
The 15th anniversary bash at Salty's?
Yeah, at Salty's.
Okay.
Because I had a few too many chocolate martinis, and just there was so much beautiful blues going on, and I was hearing the drums and the bass line through the door, and I thought, all right, well, here's the drums and the bass line. It's 8-bar blues. Everyone uses the same bass line. So I wrote a song and then got together with my bass player and switched it up, and yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. It was a great day.
Excellent. And she is
always
a lot of fun, Ms. G. Again, it's at Mission, no, not Mission. Mutiny Beach Barbecue. And it's funny, I got Mission Barbecue on mind because I just went past there earlier today. Okay, so it's at Mutiny Beach Barbecue, which is located where?
It's 1300 Ocean Avenue, but it's on the boardwalk inside Convention Hall. So there's also, I think, all-day crafts and shopping going on inside Convention Hall that day as well, earlier in the day. So it'll be toasty, even though it's on the boardwalk, it's indoors. And at 5 o'clock, we will still be able to see the sea and the sky. And, I just love being down here, so that's why it's called Sea and Sky Songwriters.
Great.
When I first met G, it was at Uva's, and I was there with some friends, and she was singing. And I started singing a little bit of background vocals at my table, and she zoomed in on me, and she said, "Get up here. I don't have someone on harmony today." And I was like, okay. And then we just became fast friends. And then, I had a couple shows coming up, and she, of course, her voice is just so powerful. I had her do a couple recording sessions on some songs I was recording, and then she helped out in the band when I had some bigger shows happening. So we've just been really good friends for, I guess, since the first time I heard her sing.
Well, that's great. Yeah, see, she has very powerful powers of persuasion, so to speak,
Yes.
Now, there is no cover charge, but you do strongly suggest that people drink and eat while they are there, correct?
Yes. There's no cover charge, but, it's a restaurant, and they're nice enough to hire us, and they want to make sure that people are, partaking of their offerings. So the food is actually really good. There might be a little something if you're a vegetarian, but it's really a barbecue place. So.
Might be a little so. Yes, the glass of water I hear is lovely this time of year. Now, did we make a web page or a website or a Facebook page, Instagram page for this thing yet, Carol?
What I did was I updated my website, carollester.com, but I did not take out its own URL yet.
All right. Now, again, that is December 6th at what time?
It's from 5 to 8 p.m. It's a Saturday night, and early enough to, still be able to go do things afterwards. And it's following a really nice market inside Convention Hall that day.
Now, you sent me a song because you perform at these events as well. You sent me a brand new song called?
It's called Unrequited Love. And it's actually, it's a song the band, when we're together, we really like. It's featuring Peter Moffat on piano. He plays jazz piano. And my longtime friend Vivian Warfield on shakeré. She plays world percussion, African percussion. Unfortunately, we lost her this year, just recently. And I wanted to capture this performance. It was a beautiful summer day in Jersey City, and you can hear her shakeré nice and crisply on the recording. And John Krieger is on bass, and he also did the live recording engineering. So kind of all came together that day. Oh, and Andy Dremos from, Andy? He's playing sax. He joined us on sax and a little bit of djembe on a couple songs.
Oh, it's great.
So
good.
Yeah, so it's a live recording. You'll hear. I did the mixing and mastering, but it's much easier to be a producer when you're working with fantastic musicians like these people. They send their tracks in, or we record live like we did at this show, and it's just a real pleasure to mix an album like that.
Well, truth be told, that's for sure. All right, Carol. Well, I'm going to play that Unrequited Love right now. But again, December 6th, 5 p.m. at the Mutiny Beach Barbecue in Asbury Park, the Sea Sky Songwriter Song Series. This is the second one. Now, there's only 12. So, people, this is number 2. You've already missed one. You got to get out and see it. All right, Carol, thank you so much. And
thanks, Danny.
This is off your... When is this album coming out, by the way?
Well, the album is already on Bandcamp.
Okay.
But only the originals are on Bandcamp. I'm working on doing the clearances for the covers. So that's going to be another week or two. I have to, you have to get all the original publishers and original writers. And so I'm just pulling all that paperwork together and making sure that everybody gets their royalties who's supposed to be getting their royalties, because that's what keeps songwriters going, So I'm happy to be able to do that kind of paperwork on behalf of beautiful songs that I get to do covers of.
All right, Carol. Well, thank you. And again, it's carollester.com, correct? They can find out all this information?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And good luck with it.
All
again,
right, we'll have
as
to grab
always.
A drink again soon.
I look forward to it, my friend.
Okay.
All right. Rock on.
When the way I see it couldn't possibly be the way it really was. Sometimes people hurt me, but you've never been and never will be one of us. Well, 35 years is quite long enough to chase unrequited love. Tearing down fences shouldn't be this hard when I'm trying to break through my own backyard. to do with you. Some other guilty party, taking it way too hard, trying to hurt you too. I can't well drag past the gold Monday to line up for the firing squad. One more sneakers bar ain't gonna take me very far. Feeling satisfied. By the way, I'm sorry. I was having such a good time, I forgot the words. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like a 35mm movie camera. Everyone around me is a big blank screen. I give you all the dialogue and the facial expressions I'm expecting. Somehow I'm still surprised by what I see. I'm too old to be playing this blame game, but I'm too young to be stuck in my ways. How can this all be the same damn thing again? The places and faces and names have changed. Oh yeah, well, the places and faces have changed, so I tally up my score. No matter how hard I try, just can't win this war. 30-some years has been, yeah, quite long enough, I'd say, yeah. 30-some chasing unrequited love. John, your turn. You got something to tell us, Vivian? No? Cause when the way I see it couldn't possibly be the way it really was. Sometimes people hurt me, but you've never been and never will be one of us. Well, 35 years is quite long enough to chase unrequited love. When I'm trigger happy, trying to cut down my enemies, one left for dead is only me. 4, 3.
Rockin' Christmas to you, Danny and Claire at Rock On Radio from Carol Lester. Have a great holiday.
Carol Lester, well, we hope you have a great holiday too here from Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman. Once again, I am left unsupervised. So far, you've heard tonight CJ 2.0 with Beth and Chris Allen talking about their upcoming December 4th Songwriter Circle. We discovered that Carol also has the Sea Sky Songwriter Series, which is coming up on December 6th, and the Rock On Radio Happy Hour, December 4th at the Nottingham Tavern. Well, this next gentleman is a Deko entertainment artist. He uses a sitar and combines rock and blues and jazz with Indian ragas, and he was really neat to talk to. And I'm going to play some of this really cool music afterward. Here is Neel Margai of the band Quadrature explaining the music, the band name, and a lot more here on Rock On Radio. Hey, we got a neat phone call now from Mr. Neel. How was it pronounced again? Neel, your last name?
Margai.
Margai. There you go.
Yeah.
It's just that quick. I forgot. You believe it? Of the band Quadrature. And you just put out what? An EP or?
It was a full-length album.
Okay.
Our debut album with Deko Entertainment. We're so excited to be working with them.
I know a little bit about them guys.
I think so. I think you do.
All right, so tell me about, first off, tell us about the band, and then tell us about the record.
Yeah, the band started to emerge, let's say, about 3 years ago from Brooklyn Raga Massive's jam session. Now, Brooklyn Raga Massive, I'm the artistic director of Brooklyn Raga Massive, and we formed 13 years ago. We started having regular jam sessions, and people who were interested in Indian classical music and people who are interested in combining raga. The Indian classical music is known as raga, which means literally that which colors the mind, like making a painting in your mind. So we featured classical music or bands, and then we had a jam session based on a jazz jam session kind of model, but with raga as the foundation. And then free to go in different directions. Guitar players would show up, trumpet players would show up, and other percussionists and bass players and all kinds of stuff, and Arabic musicians. And so this band actually formed out of that jam session. Satish has been attending, our trumpet player. He's been attending our jam sessions for years. And Trip Dudley, the drummer, he also plays tabla and was playing a lot in the jam session. And Damon Banks, our bassist, he was playing with numerous Brooklyn Raga Massive projects. And so a couple of years ago, we finally put a name on it. And our first gig was at Lincoln Center with Global Fest.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. My friend Charu Suri was on that bill as well. Are you familiar with Charu? She's a Grammy-nominated pianist who does nothing but ragas.
I do know Charu, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is fabulous.
Yeah, the Raga Jazz Songbook.
Yes. Yes. Yep, she is fantastic. Now, with you, I mean, you're making some heavy duty use of the sitar, my friend. So, is that something? Go ahead.
That's my instrument. I've been studying sitar for 30 years, and for a long time I've always been interested in mixing it up with different kinds of music, with some rock and hip hop, and for a while my own group I had more of a chamber sound with violin and cello. It was only in recent years that I decided to embrace some more effects, and I also play guitar. And honestly, I was inspired to play more guitar in pandemic years, watching the Beatles documentary. And I played guitar all my life, but the 9-hour Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings Beatles documentary.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So I was watching that and was like, oh yeah, I should play some more guitar. Maybe I'll get an electric guitar. Maybe I'll just get some effects and put it on my sitar, and started working with that, and then started playing with these guys, and reinvented my sound that way. And in fact, I had to reinvent how I play the instrument too, because playing with these guys made me want to stand up and play. Traditionally sitar, that's why you call it sitar, because you sit when you play it. but no, but that is a joke I tell kids all the time. But you do sit on the ground to play, and
That's all right. I'm a big kid, Neil. I'm a big kid. You're all right.
And then with bands and stuff, I often sit on like a piano bench. But I created, with the help of our drummer Trip and my wife Seema, created a stand, essentially a cocktail table kind of thing that's at the right height for me to stand, to rest the sitar on and stand and play and rock and fully embrace the rock roots that I have, music I listened to growing up.
Always just a Beatles fan, I'm guessing, yes?
Yeah, Beatles, for sure, Led Zeppelin, and then, so much. And into the 90s, Soundgarden, Nirvana. Those are some of my tastes.
Now, I received my first Led Zeppelin album when I was 12 from an older cousin. Right. And I've had lead poisoning ever since, Neil.
Oh my God.
Can tell you. So
you gotta get the lead out.
Well, that's exactly it. And when they went through that, even when Page and Plant toured on their own as a duo, they went through that time period where they were focusing heavily on the Indian and Middle Eastern cultures with their music, with the sound.
Yeah.
And, as far as I've seen footage of them jamming with musicians from all over those countries and continents even, and they kind of went everywhere. What made you want to go this road? Because the name of the new record it's Black Hole Blues, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Go ahead.
I have a song I created, Black Hole Blues, and it kind of predated the band, and in a way inspired the band, because I wrote that song conceived as an ending to the solo show I was working on, where I told stories about my career and played music and had the video projections, and then conceived of this song as the kind of culmination to that. But then when I had the song, I was like, I need a band to play with it. I need to play this with people, and then started working with these guys, and now it's history.
Well, and so far, you gentlemen have, as you said, Global Fest at Lincoln Center, but you've also played at the Barclays Center, Joe's Pub, and the festival at Pioneer Works. So it's not like you're playing the Joe's Corner Bar and to 10 people. You're playing some big time arenas, or some big time shows, I should say. So
That's right.
It's obviously catching on very well. Yes.
I would think so. Yeah, I think it appeals. We're playing music that can really, of all the bands that I've been with over the years, I feel like this is the most kind of crossover appeal.
Well, that's great. Now, what's with the name Quadrature?
Quadrature is a scientific, mathematical, and astronomical term. In math, it's an old term for area under the curve, like an XY axis, and you have a curve, so it's like an old term for calculus in a way.
Okay.
Quadrature, calculating the area under a curve. It's also, astronomically, it's when three celestial bodies, say the Earth, Sun, and the Moon, are at right angles. From the Earth's perspective, the Sun and the Moon are at right angles. And it also has some various electronic meanings and other kinds of stuff. But at the same time, it was a setting on one of my effects pedals, and I was
really.
And I happened to be looking for astronomy kind of terms, because I'm really interested in astronomy, and So I was looking for those terms, and it came up. I was like, where did I hear that before? It's like, oh yeah, on my pedal.
So what now? What's next for the band? Where are you going? And do we have any gigs planned? We laying low for the rest of this year and starting fresh in 2026? What's happening?
Yeah,
Because the
yeah,
album came out on the 21st of November,
yeah,
correct?
just a few days ago. Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
so we're going to be start looking to set up stuff in the new year. Our video is coming out, the Black Hole Blues music video, which is made by my wife Seema Pandya. It's going to be a lot of fun. That should be coming out in a week or two when it gets ready. So that's what we're really looking to push as we plan and plot for the next year. The song is my poetic take on Einstein, theory of relativity. That if you have heavy gravity, the time will slow down, or if you're going really fast, the experience of time slows down. So it's my poetic take is that in the gravity of the moment, our experience of time slows down. Usually that's, is something serious is happening, and, it's telling you, you need to pay attention to this, and slows down, and it can often be, tough times, like maybe the last 9 months felt like years, and but you can also use the sound to slow down time on your own terms and with your focused attention, and use that for healing. I would say that's kind of what the song is about.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. What are
So
your
our music video is going to be a kind of a tongue-in-cheek B-movie sci-fi throwback, with a bunch of references, kind of Easter eggs to real science and to some science fiction.
and where can we see that when it comes out?
It's going to be on YouTube, and we'll have it posted on the Deko channels.
All right. And what is Quadrature's website, social media? What's the best way to look you guys up?
Yes, quadraturemusic.com, and we're on Instagram or quadrature_BRM.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Neel, for calling Rock On Radio. If you're just tuning in, I have Mr. Neel Margai from the band Quadrature, and you guys just put out a brand new album called Black Hole Blues. All right, Neel, thank you so much, man, for taking the time to call us here at Rock On Radio.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, and you're a Deko artist, so that's fantastic. They can find it once again at DecoEntertainment.com. And I look forward to possibly talking to you and seeing you in the future, man.
Me too. Can't wait.
All right, rock on.
Thank you.
Name of that tune was Metagalactic Space from Quadrature. Deko entertainment artist Quadrature here on Rock On Radio. Before I let you go, I have been inundated in a fantastic way with new Christmas music and new music in general, and I'm going to get to a few of those right now. I have, and don't forget, December 21st and December 28th, Parts 1 and Parts 2 of the 17th Annual Rock On Radio Christmas Spectacular, airing right here on the Penguin Rocks and DecoEntertainment.com. Hopefully you guys will all tune in and hear the controlled mayhem from Asbury Park Vibes. Again, many thanks to Diane and Doug for letting us take up their space for that program. Before I get to the Christmas music, though, here is a young lady by the name of Amy Lee. She's very proficient. She sends me a new track at least once a month. She's from the UK, and she has this tune called Wait and See. Here, I'll let Amy tell you all about it because she can explain it a lot better than I can.
Hi everyone, it's Amy Lee. My track Wait and See is an upbeat, feel-good celebration song about dancing with someone you love and never wanting the night to end. Some interesting facts about the track are that in the opening sequence you'll hear a squeak sound, and that was created using a hand puppet of Sweep from the famous TV programme Sooty and Sweep. And when you press its hands together, it makes a squeak sound. Neil Gibson uses the puppet as a dust guard over his studio mic, and we joked about the sound being on the track, and we all loved it so much that it made the cut. The Sweep hand puppet also makes an appearance at the start of my music video to accompany the track. Please head over to my social pages to see all my latest gig dates and what I have been up to recently, and I hope you all enjoy listening to Wait and See.
The night is young.
Hey, it's Bobby.
And Ed.
From the BK Rivers Band. You're listening to Rock on Radio. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas.
And a happy holiday season.
Here's one of our songs. Hope you enjoy it.
Santa's coming, make sure you're fast asleep. Don't forget to put out the fire or he'll burn his feet. Reindeer and sleigh on the roof tonight. Santa's coming and it's alright. Now hush, baby, don't you cry. Santa's reindeer are gonna fly, bringing joy and toys to all little girls and boys. 'Cause Santa's coming and it's alright. Can't you feel Christmas is coming? Snow is falling everywhere. Lights are bright in the night show. Santa's way. Christmas morning, my dear. When I see your eyes Christmas morning, and I hear your happy cheers, my heart will warm with love. Then I'll know Christmas is here. Can't you feel Christmas is coming? Snow is falling everywhere. Lights are bright in the night show. Santa's way to Christmas morning, my dear. Can't you feel Christmas is coming? Snow is falling everywhere. Lights are bright in the night show. Santa's way to Christmas morning, my dear. Christmas morning, my dear.
What child is this who's laid to rest on Mary's lap? Is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping guard. The angels sing. Haste to bring him, Lord, the baby, the Son of What child is this who's laid to rest on Mary's lap? He's sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds shepherds guard, the angels sing. Haste to bring him, Lord, the baby, the Son of Mary.
Joe Cerisano off his album Give Love for Christmas. Also can be found on DecoEntertainment.com. And as I said, wow, what a set. He performed last week at Carrie's Music Room in New Hope, part of the Deko Entertainment Up Close and Personal series. Fantastic stuff. Go to JoeCerisano.com. Check him out. You will discover many things that you never knew. Go to JoeCerisano.com. BK Rivers Band before that, my friend Bobby and Ed wishing us a Merry Christmas. And, well, that brings us to the end of Rock On Radio. Next week, we have a gentleman named John Haney coming in, harmonica player who has performed with just about everyone along the Jersey Shore area and beyond. So until next week, rock on!